And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of the whole ages, please put your hands together for Seth Loves Fizz and Bella 2003 and his marvelicious story time. Take it away, Seffy. Thank you very much, Mario, and hello everybody, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Seth's Storytime. And we're still reading Thomas the Tank Engine's big storybook with 22 greater stories. And last week that we read was James and the Coaches. And here's a little recap that James was not behaving himself. And he made the Fat Controller cross by causing a great pipe leaking out of his coaches, which is not very good. James needs to learn his lesson from now on. But anyways, here it is. James and the Troublesome Trucks. And as you all Thomas fans know, that this is the 9th official episode of Series 1. Alright, let's hope you guys are settled in and relaxed and ready to listen. Let's get started. James had not seen the Fat Controller for some time. He had been left alone for being naughty and was not even allowed out to push coaches and trucks in the yard. Oh dear, he thought. I will have to stay in the shed for always, and no one will ever see my red coat again. And James began to cry. At last, the Fat Controller arrived and came to see him. I can see that you are sorry, James. I hope now that you will be a better engine. You have given me a lot of trouble, and people are laughing at my railway, and I do not like that at all, he said. Now, I want you to pull some trucks for me. James was delighted and puffed away. Here are your trucks, James, said Thomas. Have you got some bootlaces ready? Ha 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 ha. And Thomas ran off laughing. Na, 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 na. Oh, said the trucks. We want a proper engine, not a red monster. But James took no notice and started as soon as the guard was ready. Come along, he puffed. But the trucks were being naughty. We won't, they screamed as they pulled them out of the station. The trucks tried very hard to make James give up, but he didn't care. Sometimes their brakes would slip on, and sometimes their axles would run hot. Each time the trouble had to be put right, and each time James would start again. But he was not going to let them beat him. Give up! You can't pull us! You can't! Shouted the trucks. I can and I will! Puffed James, and slowly but surely he pulled them along the line. At last they saw Gordon's Hill. This was the famous place where Gordon, the big engine, had once got stuck. Little Edward, always a kind engine, had to push Gordon up a hill. Look out for trouble, James, warned his driver. We'll go fast and get them up before they know it, he whispered. Don't let them stop you. So James went faster and faster, and soon they were halfway up the hill. "I'm doing it! I'm doing it!" James panted, but it was hard work. "Will the top ever come?" he thought. Then, with a sudden jerk, it all became much easier. James thought it was over and that he had pulled the trucks to the top without any trouble. But his driver shut off steam. "Oh, they've done it again," he said. "We've left our tails behind. Look." The last trucks were running backwards down the hill. The coupling had broken, but the guard was very brave. He carefully stopped the trucks and climbed out to warn other engines. "That's why it was so easy," said James as he backed the other trucks carefully down the hill. "What silly things trucks are! There might have been an accident." Edward had come along and offered to help. "No, thank you," said James. "I'll pull them myself." "Good," said Edward. "Don't let them beat you." So James got ready. Then, with a peep, peep, he was off. "I can do it! I can do it!" he puffed, pulling as hard as he could. "Peep, peep, peep! You're doing well," whistled Edward, as James slowly struggled up the hill, with clouds of smoke and steam pouring from his funnel. "I've done it! I've done it!" he cried, and his driver cheered. They reached the station safely, and James was resting in the yard when Edward pulled up. "Peep, peep," he whistled. Then James saw the Fat Controller. "Oh dear," he said to himself. "What will he say?" But the Fat Controller was smiling. He had been in Edward's train and had seen everything. "You've made the most troublesome trucks on the line behave," he said. "And after that, you deserve to keep your red coat." I'm glad that James is feeling very happy because he made the trucks just behaved on his line, and I'm so proud of him. Well done, James. I'm very proud of you. You're my favourite red engine in the whole world. And that's the end of this chapter of James and the Troublesome Trucks. And hope you guys you'll enjoy it. And make sure you subscribe to Seth Loves Fizz and Bella 2003. Give me likes. Turn on notification. Give me lots of positive feedbacks. Don't you dare steal my videos. And you can request me some more videos if you like. And I also like to thank Mario for the intro. Thank you, Mario. Oh, you're welcome, Sethy. Anytime to help. Cheers, bro. Anyways, we're still reading this book. And we're reading a different story title. And yeah, that's going to wrap up for this week's story time. And I'll see you next Saturday for another Seth story time. Cheerios.